colorblind. So down in Oregon, just east of Eugene, called the Oregon Country Fair. Well, that's my no rope. I love that guitar. That's the third one I made. I'm working on my fourth one right now.
But does your pinky get pretty strong?
No, as a matter of fact, people tell me that I have more talent in this little finger than I have in the whole rest of my body. I think he said that. No, I have the hardest working pinky in the folk blues business.
Is it pretty strong from holding that?
Well, you know, actually what this was, this propeller shaft bearing started off being thicker, but I buff it to keep it shiny. Yeah. It has a rubber insert in it, but I buff it to keep it shiny. Now, it must be, I think it's probably half the weight that it used to be when I started out. Found it at a garage sale. There you go. 50 cents. If I needed one of these for my boat, $50+ at the Marine Supply House. So there you go, another garage sale testimonial.
We're having one in a couple months.
All right, you better take a card and let me know when it's going on so I can stop by. I found this guitar at the swap meet. And what a sweet deal. I didn't even know it was there. This 1967 Martin guitar, which is a real special brand. A lot of guitar players, because Martin's been around for about 100 years, that are good guitar players, love Martins, and they like to play them. And I wanted to find one. I wanted to find a good guitar. I used to haunt this swap meet that used to happen down in Midway, just south of Seattle, called the Midway Swap Meet. And I show up one day with my junk to sell my junk, which is the habit of those who try to do this sort of stuff for a living. You end up being at the swap meet and trying to sell your junk. And I didn't have a dime to my name. And somebody comes up, a friend of mine comes up and says, I don't even remember who it was. He says, hey, there's a 67 Martin over there, 12 string. I go, what? He says, yeah, it's only $200. I go, you're kidding me. He says, no. I go, so I had no money. I go, how much money can you loan me? And I couldn't believe it. He actually coughed up like $50, $60 or something. You know, I don't know what it was. You know, a pretty substantial amount of money. So I thought, that's not enough, but maybe I can just go around and just, if I see somebody that I know, kind of, if I knew you, how much money can you loan? It was the beginning of the day, you know, I had no money. I didn't even know if I could pay it back. As it turned out, in a matter of moments, I had $200 in my hand, and I was running to the area where this guitar was supposed to be. And I walk up to the guy, and I'm trying to catch my breath and look nonchalant, right? Because you don't want to spoil the deal, you know, tip him to the fact that it's something real special. He might up the price. There are no rules, right? Swap meets, garage sales, no rules. So I walk up and I'm trying to catch my breath. He's just got it leaning against his car with no case, and he says, I go, hey, nice guitar there. I've got a 1966 D35. And those of you who are into the guitar minutiae know that a D35 has a 3-piece back. And in 1966, they made those D35s out of Brazilian rosewood, which is now an endangered species. They can't even hardly import it anymore into the United States. So as I'm telling him this, he immediately quips back at me and goes, no, you don't. They didn't even make D35s. So we're getting into the guitar minutia thing here with him. I am with this guy. I don't even want to do that. You don't want to get into an argument with somebody who has something you want. So he says, no, you don't. They didn't make D35s till 1968. Well, I knew that he was wrong. So rather than argue with him, though, because I wanted to get this guitar, I go, well, what do you want for that one there? He says, $200. I go, but you know, I really do have a 66 D35. He says, I'll bet you $200. You don't. Well, there was no way I could prove it to him at the swap meet. Yeah, I didn't have a book with me. I don't carry around a book, you know, it has all the information. But I was just as willing to give him the $200, get out. Which I did.
So today, if you had a handheld, you could go, oh yeah, see?